Jim Bachrach was an ambitious young man. Growing up in Camden, New Jersey, Jim followed his friend's advice to head to the Midwest. And so at the age of 21, Bachrach moved with family members to Decatur, Illinois, to start a new clothing store. 3 years later, he decided to venture out on his own and moved to Faribault with his cousin Joseph Kahn, opening a shop on Main Street, as Central Avenue was known in those days. The Faribault Democrat carried this news item on February 23, 1877. Elsewhere in the Democrat today will be found a mammoth advertisement announcing the coming of Jim and Joe, who have leased the large and elegant store of John N. Case and will put in a large stock of miscellaneous goods, including clothing, gents' furnishings and goods, hats and caps, boots and shoes, trunks, and musical instruments. Jim and Joe's occupied 3 different storefronts over the years and eventually stayed at this building on Central Avenue. What would set them apart from the many other shops in Faribault? Advertising. They placed ads in the local papers and plastered the walls of the town with flyers reading, "Jim and Joe's, the poor man's friend. Cheapest store under the sun." The ads worked, and soon Jim Bachrach opened stores in Owatonna, Kenyon, and Claremont. In a small town, the successful businessman needed to know his customers. Rodney Mott, for example, hated to buy clothes, so his daughter turned for help to Jim Bachrach. Louise Mott wrote,
"We took Mr. Bachrach into our confidence, picked out a suit that really styled to Father's lanky frame, then asked Mr. B to hide it and sell us his next best fit. This we carted home, telling Mr. Bachrach that Father would return it at once, complaining that his girls knew nothing about buying a man's clothes. Mr. Bachrach was to agree with this and produce the suit he had laid away for this occasion. I wish here to pay tribute to Mr. B.'s handling of the delicate situation. Father came home in a genial mood, apparelled to his family's taste."
Jim Bachrach worked at the store until his death in 1930, but slowly turned its management over to 2 sons, Harry and Isaac. From their father, they learned that an important part of being a good retail merchant was knowing what goods to stock, and just as importantly, when to stock them. In 1929, Harry Bachrach made his traditional buying trip to Minneapolis, but returned after a week without placing any orders. He told the staff, "I didn't buy anything because prices were just sky high. Things don't look good. Something serious is bound to happen." It was a smart move because in 2 weeks, the stock market crashed. Young Jim Bachrach, Isaac's son, started in the family business at age 12, working for 50 cents a day, opening the door for customers. His cousin, Joe, began his career watching the back door. Following graduation from the University of Minnesota, Jim left home for New York City, trying to decide whether he wanted to pursue a different career. But he returned to Faribault within a year to manage the store with his cousin. So Jim and Joe passed on to the next generation, a new Jim and a new Joe, and the store remained in the family until 1991. It closed its doors for good in 2006.